Hashiv Anju, Ishmia Karen, and welcome back to our studio. Today we're going to be doing work with leaves and trees. I want to introduce you to my oak tree, which is in my garden, from which most of the leaves that we're going to be working with have come. Sadly, a lot of the other leaves haven't survived the winter. So what we have done is we've included in your pack a sheet, a reference sheet, and we can also give you a link to that. And there are some typical leaf shapes in that, of which this is a willow, and the willow, this is a famous pattern by William Morris, who used leaves and branches to create patterns with. He was a wonderful observer of pattern in nature, and so this is a wallpaper. We are going to do something very similar in a moment. Okay, but to start with, what we're going to do is we're going to use the leaves that you found in the garden and you've pressed and dried. We're going to use those and lay them on a sheet of copy paper, just ordinary copy paper that you can buy in any village for your computer. And what I'm going to do is I am going to rub over. What I've done is I've laid the leaf face side down so that the underside of the leaf is on the upper side, and that will give you some texture to be able to draw with. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to hold on tight and rub the leaf. Now what I want you to do is to rub the leaf, but I also want you to go over the edges of it, so that you've got a bigger area than just the leaf. And keep going while you see and trace the leaf patterns of the veins in the leaf. So there we have the first one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that leaf into a different position. And I'm going to use a different colour. So I'm going to use a different colour. Hold on tight. Try not let it move. There's the second one, and so I'm now going to put in here an oak leaf, and I'm going to use another contrasting colour. So I think I might use orange this time. Orange. So we've used pink, which I think is called pink, and orange, which is called orange, and blue, which is, I'm just checking, blue is gorum. Okay, so, okay, fine. So, then I'm going to take my brush pen, and I am going to trace the outside of the leaf with my brush pen. So I'm keeping the drawing inside the leaf, and you'll see that the colours will mix where they cross over. So we go around the outside. So you just get them all mixed together. So the pink and the blue make a purple. Purpy, I think. Purpy, isn't it? And then when you come over to the orange with the blue, you'll get a brownish colour. So you have huge fun with this, and very good, like Wilma said, for making your own cards, because it's difficult to go out and buy them at the moment. So there we are, throwing it around. So here is the finished first part. The second part is how to make a pattern. Oh, there's one that I did earlier as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to, a nice fat ruler, and I'm going to make a grid on my paper with a pencil, and I'm just going to use the thickness of the ruler to make the grid like this. First all the way across in one colour, in one direction, and then all the way across in another. So what you're effectively getting are squares. So, and then at the end I'm going to go across the diagonals like this. All the diagonals will join up like that. I'll show you one that I did earlier. Here is my grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the leaves and use the same leaf each time. So I'm going to put the leaf in the same position each time. So if I'm putting it into that corner, I put it into the same corner each time. So I'm going to rub over that very quickly. I'm going to use two different colours. So there's a pink, and then I'm going to pick up the top and line it up with the edges, and then I'm going to put it into the next grid. And this time I'm going to use a red. Try and make sure that you cover the whole of the outside of the leaf. And then I'm going to use a purple, and I'm going to move the leaf down one and keep the papers lined up. And then I am going to use black, and I'm moving the leaf again to another position. So I then have a whole series of leaves in a pattern, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to trace around the edges of each leaf again. And you will get a mix of colours. And here we go. And the black one. And the blue one, the purple one, purple. So there we go. You need to make sure that you've got the edges nicely defined, and there you end up with a repeating pattern, like the one that I did earlier. I used 2 colours in this one, and I've used 4 colours in this. Okay? So, have fun with your watercolour pencils, and there's lots and lots of things you can do with them. So, have fun and ekiva.
Metteler de hullentonnen zet de goede zet de voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de voik voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de goede zet de voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de voik voik. Get de dingen ze gost, get de witte kora. Get de dingen ze gost, ik ken niet de boos. Get de dingen ze gost, get de witte kora. Get de dingen ze gost, ik ken niet de boos. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de goede zet de voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de voik voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de goede zet de voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de voik voik. Posso ligarido, posso ligarido. Posso me xinguir para a grande pirin. Posso ligarido, posso ligarido. Posso me xinguir para a grande pirin. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de goede zet de voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de voik voik. Metteler de hullentonnen zet de goede zet de voik.